Hey, Dinar Land Ninja here. Today is Friday, July 12th, 2019. And here is some from Mr. Cotrell's part in Mark Z's stream today. He said, research Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the right one. In dealing with the gold treaty, here are the details. The protocols are that the team with the Chinese representing the elders or the family that owns the gold and signs for the gold. The Bank of China, Chinese military, as well as reps from the New Republic Treasury of the United States of America. Upon delivering the computers to me, I enter the codes. The codes immediately go into the master bank of the new U.S. Treasury. That code then sequences all the other treasure banks around the world with their codes and unlocks the gold. When that unlocks, then everybody immediately has access to their accounts. Immediately, according to Interpol, who set this up, all fiat currencies are zeroed out. They have no value. All derivatives and debts are zeroed out. That's 15,000 quadrillions of derivatives. Every bank in the world will be zeroed out. That's why they need the gold-backed currencies. The treaty specifics of the gold bullion will be all currency around the world. Why? Because all currency will have parity. Parity is all currency will have the same value. According to Britannica Encyclopedia, in international exchange, parity refers to exchange rate of currencies. The purchasing power between two countries is equal. The Chinese are not dumb, they're not stupid, they want parity in the funds out of the hands of the rats and into the hands of the people. Gold will not be released until the U.S. corporation is dead. Now, when I enter the codes, this will kill the corporation, and during this time period, the mass arrest should be ongoing. Now, it's important to understand the QFS, or the Quantum Financial System, which will be our new system after this all occurs. The current Federal Reserve System was set up by Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 and amended in 1980s. When gold is deposited in any U.S. bank, it is subject to the following: a risk-based capital regulation where gold has a 0-point risk. Therefore, banks have to have money in reserve. Bank holding companies over $150 million are exempt from this compliance. This is important because in 1981 to 1983, the Bush Family Task Force, through congressional hearings, evaluated the Federal Reserve onshore and offshore regulations and the Corrupt Financial Reporting Act of 1977. There was a purpose for doing this. They had an ultimate goal, which they accomplished in 1985. They reduced the regulation on banks and security and bank holding companies. This ushered in the structured products and derivatives arena. The most important part of it is gold cannot be written or sold as cash instruments. When the codes are released according to Interpol, who set this up, the codes go through me to the master bank of the new U.S. Treasury, which in turn releases the codes to the other treasury banks around the world. At this time, it unlocks the lockbox on these gold certificate numbers and allows you to access the funds in your account you are all about to have, which will make your money gold-backed. Gold is not deposited in any bank, so it cannot be hypothecated or borrowed against or issued as an instrument in a custodial trust, which they can do now. If someone put gold into the bank right now, the bank has jurisdiction and could issue instruments against that gold without your permission and could deplete your account to zero if they want to. But with gold certificate and gold certificate numbers, they cannot do that. Now, Saturday night, about 11 to midnight, every bank around the world, their local time, shuts down for 2 hours. This gives the banks time to settle up with the clearing banks who settle up with the BIS, or the Bank of International Settlements, which is the master bookkeeper for all banks. Therefore, the banks become financial conduits, which is why I talk about treasury accounts, which is what we will have when your bank unlocks the lock. The basic part of all this is the Chinese families, elders, and the Golden Dragon and Interpol has given this many years of thought, and when you exchange, they want your funds to be safe and for you to be educated. The Chinese are not dumb or stupid, but we are in some areas, and it's up to all of us to be educated as to what is going on when we get paid. Okay, there was a question to Mr. Cotrell about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Let's see, the answer is, from Interpol, all currencies will be zeroed out unless it's gold backed by the bullion. They want all currencies trading and equal. Okay, a question for Mr. Cotrell. What is the role of Interpol in all of this? Answer. They are the gatekeepers. When the Chinese lost their funds for the zillionth time to Nixon, he promised to pay them back. He got a lot of money from them and used it for a lot of purposes, but he never paid them back. Nixon told them to go pound salt. The Chinese then went to Interpol and the World Court. Interpol is the world's police force. They were given authority to track this down around the world. They have been tracking down the money in these bad guys since 1974. They are really the only that have authority to cross international lines to track the crooks. Okay, question. Right now, a debt is an asset to the banks with fractional banking. With the new system, how would it work to get loans? Answer. The current system has too many loopholes and allows the bank to use your money without knowledge or permission. The QFS, your funds will be safe. They will know within seconds if someone tries to steal your money. The new system, you can borrow against gold certificates with the permission of the gold certificate owner. Question. Did you ever sign the gold treaty? Answer. I am not a country or a sovereign entity. I cannot sign the treaty, but I am named in the treaty, specifically, but cannot sign the treaty. I am a mechanism in which the codes in gold is to be distributed. I am a cog in the wheel. Okay, and it was noted that the transcription stops around 32 minutes for these notes. Be sure to listen to the replay for all the rest. And that's all I have for now. Thanks for tuning in.